How do you pull yourself back on track? Because guess what? For the past 4 months, I have had to pull myself back on track by force sometimes. And sometimes I talk to myself. Sometimes I pump myself up, pep talk, and make sure that I am actually on the right track. But I am doing so well when it comes to, that is the physical bit. When it comes to the spirituality, I think I am doing way better than I was doing before. And this time it's not about talking to God as a friend, because I've done that. I've done that for so long. And I'm so glad that you've gotten onto that. It gives you the peace of mind that, you know what, you don't have to, to hustle for everything and then shout and pray, while kicking, like you're about to kick God into giving you anything or twist his hand. That's not going to happen. So I've learned to have those silent moments. But one thing I have learned most of all is to live in gratitude every day, every single day, to live in gratitude. That takes away all the negativity. That takes away everything I've not yet achieved. That takes away the competition. That takes away what I have not gotten to. The gratitude, like being rooted in gratitude every day. The first thing I think about is, where am I in life, and what has, God given me? What has he bestowed upon me? What do I have? And I count every little blessing that I have, to the extent that I even thank God for the dogs that I have at home. Like, seriously. Even when I go to pray, when I'm praying for my household, I even pray for my dogs. Yeah. I mean, they're the number one line of protection that I have. The Askari can sleep. I usually tell him, actually, it's possible you can go without food, but my dogs cannot go without food, because they're the first to be killed in case of any kind of attack. So I thank God even for the dogs. So that is how, like, little the things that we take for granted, that I really have found gratitude in the mere fact that I can breathe. I find gratitude in that. Okay? And one of the things that we are going to talk about, and I usually jump into topics, if you don't know, if you're new here, I jump into topics without us being aware. Now I have started. How do we bounce back? How do we get back on track? One of them that I found so powerful, is to know that life is short. To know that life is short. Now, this thing hit me during COVID, and I don't think I've said it. I've said this anywhere, but I think Ben and Fifi know. I lost one of my greatest uncle. He was like the father to me. He was like the best friend to me. You know those uncles that you are not too far away in age, but again they've been there for you every step of the way. The time that I lost him, he went, it was because of COVID. We came up with all sorts of monies, but nothing could help. At the same time, my husband was sick, COVID. And it was so bad that he was sick, but he was not in Uganda. So he was not with me. So he was in the US and telling me, I wish I was just by your side, you taking care of me. I don't know what's going to happen. So I heard the news about my uncle's death from him. But when he got to know, he couldn't walk out of his hotel room. He just lost it. And so he stopped eating. Remember, he's on COVID treatment. He stopped eating. He stopped going to the gym, because I would monitor him every morning. I would tell him, hit the gym whether you feel strong or not. Because, we were being told so many things, and we were living under cover of fear. And so we knew that, you have to maximize everything. He lost it. And, I just had to tell everyone around him that, encourage him, please. Be by his side, do everything. I was on call literally every hour. I was on call talking to him. And when that happened, my uncle's death hit me so hard, I didn't know that I went through a certain period of actually depression. Now, looking back and looking at his family and what he did, I thank God for his life. But I got to know, when things come closer to you, that life is so short. It is too short. Recently, I lost another friend. She's called. Luckily enough, definitely Tim recovered. And even when he was going to test the day he was going to travel, he was found sick. And he had to be held in a hotel and, in isolation. So we went through, when you're praying and stuff like that. And then on the third day, I'm like, you know what? Third day, they had given him 14 days. I told him on the third day, go back and test. And on the third day, he called someone into his hotel room, tested. He was negative and he was cleared to fly. And I was like, God, thank you. Because what had happened to my uncle was so painful that I couldn't imagine anything else happening to me. And so so when I tell you that I live in moments of gratitude, like I have so many things to be grateful for. Recently, just 2 weeks ago, I lost a friend, and this friend was so energetic. She was, on top of her, she was the life of the party, literally. Last year, she had just gotten married. We went to a certain island for her, for her bridal shower, all those boat cruises, like everything. She was living her life, like literally living her life. Little did we know that immediately after getting married, she would test positive for cancer. And down the road, I saw her lose weight, and I told her what is wrong. Definitely, she didn't want to even, confess it, because she thought maybe if I say it a lot, you know how people have those things. And when recently she died in Turkey, I looked at life. Yesterday, I saw a certain woman. She was lame on the road. And I said, when someone dies, that is when you stop comparing yourself and your beauty and how good you look and how good you walk, no kubigula, and you say, God, even if I am lame for as long as I am breathing. I admired a lame woman on the road and said, I would be that woman anytime to make sure that I have my children and I'm bringing them up than being dead. So when I say that life is short, sometimes things happen to us, but we never take time to internalize them and process them. You just feel like someone is dead, they are gone. Life goes on. But the moment you put yourself in perspective and you're able to think about it, not to internalize the sadness and go into depression, but be thankful that you can even breathe in and out. That is enough. So, for those of us that have set goals, for those of us that are striving to be better in life, I say the personal growth is the vehicle that helps us in every area of your life. Your relationship, your currency, your finances, your healthy life and all that. You just have to make sure that you know that I can fall off the wagon. But if I remind myself that time is too short, I cannot wait. I should do the things that I need to do right now. I should love the people that love me with all my life. I should not hold back from saying I love you, because chances are I might not be able to say I love you tomorrow. That is why if you have someone that has actually chucked you or walked out on you, when you know that life is short, you're like, you know what, it's better banchawo kusingo kufa. Agende. God will bring something else in my life, someone else, someone better in my life. You learn not to hold on to things no busungu butagasa. You learn that, by the way, every single second that I waste in getting annoyed and getting paranoid about things, I am wasting my own time. You learn that joy is an inner work that you have to do yourself, that no one can bring happiness to you. The moment you learn to know, and that is why I think the Bible says that, Lord, teach me how to number my days. Right? To count, and to make every day count. So when they say that make every day count, we are not saying post too many pictures on social media. We are not saying, do what everyone is doing. We are saying, can you settle? Okay? Can you be thankful for who you are right now in this moment? And stop regretting about the past and then having anxiety about the future that you don't know about. We are so busy. being so anxious about tomorrow, and then carrying with us the regrets of yesterday, and we fail to live in the moment. The power that you have right now is to solve the problems that are facing you right now. Can you be able to solve what happened yesterday? Can you bring it back and solve it? Can you be able to solve the future problems? You can only prepare and plan, but still, we plan, but everything is in God's hands because He knows better what our tomorrow looks like. That's why I love that song that says, I don't know about tomorrow. Who knows it? I don't know about tomorrow. Uh-huh. You guys don't know that song? No. I want to sing with people. Anyone knows that song? The lyrics. Hey, mama ze. Sorry? You know some parts of it. So all of us know that some parts of the song. But okay, let me just do the last part. But I know who holds tomorrow, and I know He holds my hand. That's what he says. That if I know the God that holds tomorrow, I know He's holding my hand, and everything is going to be okay. So I'm not going to be anxious because I don't know what's going to happen. And I'm not going to carry my past with me because I know it's not going to help. So I want you to be able to be thankful and then to know that life is short. It's not a cliche when someone mentions it. Okay? It's not. So what you have to do today, do it today. Some of you are putting off looking good. I will look good when after losing my weight, and I will lose weight like after 3 months. No vera chifufu, ebiviri, no, not even a lip balm and what. You're waiting to lose weight. Some of you are waiting to get married. When I get married, I'm going to live an organized life. I'm going to live, hey, you're going to be worse. Like seriously, you're going to be worse. If you're alone and you're living a disorganized life, the moment you get married, that disorganization is going to triple by 5. Because then you have someone else, you have someone else who knows different things. So right now, you're in your room, you're like, I will get organized, When I get a man, when I get into a relationship, who will see you? Wanji? So everything that you must do, do it now. Okay? So if you can be able to remind yourself of that, then you are on the right track. Remember, we have a session of where you're stuck and what we're going to talk about that, but let's quickly run through this, okay? Now, do we know our whys? Or sometimes we have to recalibrate and find our why. Why exactly did you set that particular goal? Why? Write it down again. Why do you want to earn that money? What is your reason? Because if you have a fake reason, you're not going to work hard towards it. You can't. The moment, I know there's a time is going to come and I will ask Coach Fifi Mogambe, do you see how money runs? Like you can have $1 million in 1 minute, and the next it has gone. Like you don't know where it has gone. It's not like you have bought something, it's in your hands, especially if you're dealing with the things that we are dealing with, like events and like branding and stuff like that. So if you don't know why you want to earn that money, and then you just set a goal, I want to earn 50 millions, and then you just don't know why you want to earn the 50 millions, you're not going to work hard. But if I know that every month Prudential cuts off money from my account, I will never let them bounce. Because I know that my insurance for my children is very important. And I have to be able to pay it up every month. Okay? If I know that this is the goal, I want to be able to finish these apartments by this, time, and this is the kind of figure I'm looking at to earn after that, then everything I get, I would rather stretch my nails. I have a nail appointment every month, but and I would rather, and these days, nail appointments can go even after 2 months. So I would rather stretch my appointment and make sure that it catches up with me later, because I have to do what? I have a need. So that means I am going to work triple. When you call me into your office and you have a deal, I am not going to walk out of that office without that deal. Thank you very much. Today I went to one. They called me and I was like, "Mone They sat ne bambulira ebyabwe ne mbasekerera ne mbagamba nidde ezo sijja zikolera naye ate siva wano nga sisayininze contract kati twogere." Kakati buli omu akolera zino, I'm like, siri buli omu. You want me? This is my price. But because you're ready to talk, let's tough it out. And indeed, I left. And everything is done. Branding, pictures, So I'm about to announce another investment, okay? So the reason as to why I say this is, if you have your strong why are you getting healthy? Number one reason, Tim will tell me, you know what, I have to go to gym every single day of my life. Remember, I want to extend my life. I want to be here when Ariella is getting married. I want to give her hand in marriage. I want to be here when Ariel is getting married so that we can go netuno nomchalo oyo fenna. I want to make sure that I extend my life. Living healthy, you extending your life. No pakira chapati, no katankira sukari, no lya buli kimu, no mala no lannama. No mala no gweri, no gamba naye mukama weebale. Omudache yakola sukari yakola. Just know that you're shortening your life span. Before you know it, before you know it, I know that those things can even come to someone who is living a healthy life. But again, do not create the odds against yourself. Right? So try to make it better for yourself. Because even when sickness hits a healthy body, it will not treat you the same like it hits an unhealthy body. While someone is busy, down, their immunity system is down, everything is clogged, they cannot breathe. Someone that has been working out their lungs are healthy and very hygienic. They can be able to fight off the sickness quickly. So, why do you want to get healthy? Some of you are like, I want to pose on Instagram. That is not a reason. Let me tell you, people have gotten married in Kampala here because they want their pictures to be on Instagram. They have gotten married and put on gowns. And they're like, and then they will give you chapter by chapter on Instagram. And then you'll be like, oh my God, people are living their best lives. Let me tell you, sometimes people are living their worst lives, but they're camouflaging and bandaging their lives. So stop admiring people's lives. Work on your. Nyinza okuba bye nnina tosobola byetikka. Wanje? Ate let me tell you, ayina kyalwana nakyo. Ayinza okugula obuviiri. N'agula lipstick n'amumalayo mu nsi ng'olina kyolwana nakyo. Oyinza okugula amasuuti n'ogamalayo aga pinki n'aga blue n'aga peach. Naye nga you're fighting something. A person that loves themselves will put on omuvumbo gw'enkumi 3. And they will look so good. If you want to get back onto your goals, onto the track, and you have lost track, find your why. Ask yourself, why do I want, and who am I doing it for? Who am I doing it for? If you're doing it for yourself, then you are the number one priority. If you're doing it for your children, if you're doing it, don't do it so that others will see you. Don't do it to get back to others, okay? I want to look good so that, my ex-boyfriend can see me. Beba chaye nga bambala bulungi. But guess what? Bambala bulungi nga kyakabaawo. And then after that, when the depression kicks in and they remember this person is not coming back, they fall back. Tayagala kuzukuka, tayagala kwambala buli kimu ne kimutama. Sawa mukaaga omusanga akyali mu pyjamas. Ali mu leesu tannasenya. Atambulanga bw'ayagala buli gwayogera naye kwegamba takyalaba value mu bantu. Naye nga wali bamugamba, and you know there are even these coaches or counselors who will say, me I'm the expert of getting your boyfriend back. N'abalogo abo mwali mubawuliddeko? Nze nkomyawo omwami wo gwe babba. Bwe baba bamubba bamutwale bannange. Omuntu bamubba. Wangi? Oli awo oli ddole. Nti bakukutte okugulu bakusise bakututte. Bwe baba bakubbye bakubbire eddala tebakukomyawo. Lwaki ogenda bakukomyewo? Wangi? So find your why. It's very important in your life, okay? What's holding you back? Because sometimes we fall off the wagon or the track of hitting our goals and our targets because there's something that is holding us back. Okay? Could be the inferiority complex, could be the lack of confidence, could be you just don't believe in yourself. So even if you set 1,000 goals and you have zero belief in yourself to achieve those goals, you are going to talk yourself out of achieving those goals. Every time you will say, mama, nzavecha namukaka. You know, I'm a woman. I can't do that. You know, you limit yourself. I told you about the I can't and I don't. Okay? If you say I don't, that is a choice. If you say I can't, you're taking someone else's choice for you because they told you you're a woman, you can't be a mechanic. But have you seen women mechanics? And even women at washing bays, and they're doing a wonderful job. You've seen men hairdressers. Some of you ladies here will say you even prefer men to women to dress your hair. So that means that there is the moment you find out what's holding you back, and you just be honest with yourself and say, you know what, I am just too lazy. Too lazy. That if I want to start something, I just find myself going, you know. Or you tell yourself, I have too many distractions. The phone that God blessed me with has kade for everything. You know, it has kade for TikTok, and it has kade for WhatsApp, and it has kade. You have to make it favorite. When you see someone that posts nice things, then you favorite them. That means every time they're giving you, so you have, let's count the apps, okay? TikTok, WhatsApp, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, Telegram, Twitter, Periscope, FaceTime, LinkedIn, Baby Center. Otuwangude. Candy Crush. Oh God. Ate goli bubi nnyo. Daily affirmations. Do you see those things? Clubhouse, Bible verses, marriage tips. Some of you will have like a reminder about everything. Now you have all those distractions because aka TikTok akazina bwe kajja ngogamba manyi kandabeyo kam. Ngabeesunda. And guess what? If you belong to Comment Readers Association, omazewe dakika mmekao? Wanji? Sawe mu, yoka. Gwendo, you have self-discipline. If you take 1 hour on TikTok, you have self-discipline. Like, go amalako. Ne goals zizogenda zihitinga. And they will know what you want. When they give you cooking things, you will see abafumba gonya, abafumbe messy. Na abafumba, like everyone will, let me tell you, people are on TikTok doing everything. If you go Ismani making coffee, you will see everyone that is making all sorts of coffees. If you see abalambula amayumba, wali olabyeko abalambula amayumba. No tunulia bedroom, no just screenshotting. No tunulira bameka aba screenshotting amayumba gabendi. Mulibanji, mbamanyi. So ask yourself, what's holding me back? The moment you ask yourself, what's holding you back? Let me tell you. After, how many singles are here? Singles? We're actually more than the marrieds, right? Now, when you're still single, you have all the time. I wish I knew that when I was single. Like, you have all the time. Before you get into the hustle and bustle of life and of children, where you wake up at 5 to drop, at 3 you're expected to peak. While you're thinking you're in the hustle alone, you're having a lineup of other parents who are peaking and there is jam at school. Okay? And then you literally have half day to do everything. You have 6 hours to finish up everything. When I was single, I had 16 hours in a day to finish up because I could work even into past midnight. But right now, you're thinking, I will wake up with someone telling me my eyes can't open. And I will also be the kind who can't open. And then, I just learned of recent, you can't wake up children with gugumuka. You have to kiss them. You have to sing with songs. And then you have to call them papa. And then do what? And then they will give you a smile and a hug. And that is how you can get them out of bed. And how many hours are those? You know? So if you still have time, so if you're married, also utilize the time that you have correctly and rightly. So ask yourself what's holding me. Because even if you long for more time, no one is going to give it to you. No one. Some of you are here and you're saying, oh, I wish I had a next life where I didn't have this kind of husband that I have. I would achieve many things. Some of you here, you're dating, but you're praying that God will reveal to that woman that you don't love them so that they can move on. Because you don't want to tell them. Some women, some men are here. They're also saying that, you know what, so tofuka mugugu, eri omuntu yenna. So ask yourself, what's distracting you? What's holding you back? And if you find it, be very honest with yourself and ask yourself, and I think we are even going to do that. We're going to ask ourselves, once we get done with this, to find out what actually is holding you back. So in order for you to get back on track, make sure that you're surrounded with positivity. With people who can tell you, you know what, you can make it. With people who can tell you, it's never too late. With people who can tell you, it's okay to be frustrated. It's okay to fall off your track. But again, it doesn't mean that you should stay down. Get up and get back with your goals. That is a positive environment. Some of us are keeping negative friends and negative environments. And by the way, some of us are even married to negative people. You come here you get motivated, a lot of positivity, and then you go back, and then they will tell you, kakati lero waizeyo bichi. How Tim used to motivate me, this is what he would do. He would speak something good about me that I'm actually not doing. Do you know how abakusibiddeyo, like akugaliddeyo? Because then you feel guilty for not doing it. And then you find yourself doing it. So, having someone that is positive, someone that minds about your mental health and how you're going to make it in this world really, really matters. That is why I tell you that if you're still in a relationship and you have a toxic partner, okay, you still have a chance to run away. Narcissistic partner, antagonistic, yebli kasera bera mu competition nantalo, you know they don't see anything good in you. Their patterns every time disrespectful, pulling you down. They don't wish anything good for you, you know. You have a chance to escape.